Alright, so this is gonna be the first garden tour for 2025 at my mom's house. Usually I start them in February when it starts when the snow starts melting and starts getting to where everything is still dormant but not, but gonna turn green soon. There's cream puff. But I didn't do that this year because there's been a lot of stuff going on. And I just haven't had the time either. Maybe you see Cream Puff wants something. But anyways, I just wanted to do a garden tour video at my mom's house. And it's almost June. It's May 28th. So we had a catio here until about Mother's Day. And then we took it out and put it in the backyard and added a garden over here. And over here, we did have tulips that came up that were purple, and usually I try to show those, but it's just been so crazy. But I'll go ahead and show you what we put in the garden. This bush has been here. I think it's called a Japanese unanimous or something like that. I don't know for sure. And then there's this here. That's came back every year from last year. A lot of it won't come back because the dirt. We had all different, but we added more dirt. But we planted some new stuff, so so here is, and I have to look at the tags because I already forgot. So just give me 1 second. Alright, we got Woodlander Purple. So that's what that is. You should get some purple flowers on it, that'll be nice. And this is a succulent. And let's see what type it is real quick. It is an apple blossom succulent, okay. That's nice. So I'm just gonna try to put them back in there best I can. If they'll even let me, I don't know. But anyway. Alright. Back here is lavender. This is a lavender bush and it's supposed to get really big, and it's a little different than, we have another one on the other side of this box thing. We have another one right here, and this one is a different kind of lavender. I don't know the difference. I think one of them was English lavender. I think that's what this one is, but let me just double check for you. It's just showing the scientific name. I can't remember which one's English lavender, but we had a thing that showed. And this is ice plant, if I can remember correctly. We have a few different color of these. And this is coleus. I don't know if I said it correctly. We have a few different kinds of those too. And then here's some, it's called Candy Shop Bag of Tricks. So that's what the tag says, just some flowers. And we have another succulent here. As you can see, this one's hens and chicks, or chick charms, or whatever it is. And then we got more ice plant here. This one is supposed to be yellow, I think. And then yeah, there's that lavender there. More of the coleus, and then there's more here too that I didn't even notice, but I forgot about it, but it's there. And then more ice plant here. And then lambs are here. More ice plant here. These ones are really happy. And then we got some Sweet Williams here. And right back here, we have something. Let me see what it is. Oh, I think it's the same as the other one. It's like the phlox, whatever it said the common name was. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Woodlander Purple. So I think that's what that is, I think, but it might be different. Sorry, I'm out of breath. And then we got more coleus here, and more here too. It says it's the wizard mix. You can see what it says. Coleus or whatever. And then we got this here. That's supposed to get big. It's a basket of gold. And then we had a lily right there, and that came back from the last couple of years because we always had lilies that pop up here, but it looks like it's dying. And while we're in the front yard, I'll go ahead and show you the Cleveland Select Flowering Pear Tree. It's like a Bradford pear, but it's a type of cultivar. It had white flowers, but now they've already bloomed and turned into these here, as you can see. And here's some new growth here. All this is new growth. So it's getting bigger, which is good. It's getting taller. They're more like a taller type tree rather than big and wide, but they're, yep. And then there's this one here. This one's a Sienna Glen maple. It's a mix between a silver maple and an autumn blaze maple. So like those trees up there, those really big ones, are silver maples. And then this one's like half of that and then half of an autumn blaze. So it's basically like a silver maple that gets red, beautiful leaves in the fall time, because that's what the autumn blaze get. They get these type of leaves and then they're beautiful red in the fall, like a bright red. So this will be a big, huge version of those, which is really nice because we need a big tree in this area. And it's already gotten pretty big, which is really good. You can see there's some new growth there. And I think this is last year's, and I think this year's is just starting. So that's good. Like as you can see, there's some there. And there's a lot at the top, as you can see. So that's good. I don't know if you can hear, but the birds are chirping a lot. And there's the neighbor's pear tree and their peach tree and their apricot tree. And I'll go ahead and show you the backyard. We have, okay, this is a tree that from the seed, well, it just planted, so we need to take that out. There's some weeds there and grass coming back. But these are peppers, California Wonder Sweet Peppers, or bell peppers. And there's also a Golden Wonder Sweet Pepper here. That one's smaller. And then some of these are tomatoes that came back. Like a lot of them are tomatoes that came back from last year. Like this one we got, and this one we got from the garden store nearby here. It's called Flint's. It's really cool. But like this one, that, all that, that one, this one here, that one's a weed, so I'll take that out. But like this here, and all of these back here were not planted. They came back from the old rotten tomatoes that were from last year, because we had way too many tomatoes in this area last year. And over here we had way too many tomatoes last year, and a lot of them just fell down, and you know, that rotted. They fell down. The seeds were still in the dirt, so they kind of came back up this year. And I told my mom, I was like, it's probably gonna happen. We're probably not even gonna need to get tomatoes, because, and these are cherry tomatoes that I'm talking about. Sorry, I meant to mention that before. I told my mom, I was like, we probably don't even need to get any tomatoes or cherry tomatoes or anything, because we're gonna get so many coming back, and they were already coming back here. And my mom thought they were weeds, but they're not. But yeah, so these ones are just regular tomatoes, and I think this one is cherry tomato, but I can't remember. Yeah, it's just cherry tomato, and the rest of them should be cherry tomatoes. And then these are the onions that came back from last year. They already came up, so we did get some new ones. I think they're Walla Wallas, one here and one here, and then we planted some lemon basil here. And then also this asparagus came back from last year. We just don't know what to do with it and how to harvest it, and so it just does this. I'm not sure if it's supposed to or not, but I'm gonna try to figure that out. It had yellow flowers, but it's kind of looks like whatever these little seed things are now. And then over here, well, it was empty in the beginning of spring, but now it's like gotten really full. So we have a raspberry bush here and a grapevine here. And then these back here are hollyhocks that have gotten really big this year. You can see they're gonna get beautiful flowers here soon. I just planted them a couple years ago in the back when there was nothing here, and they finally decided to come up once we already got stuff here. So, but they're doing good. You can see the stalk down there somewhat. So those are hollyhocks, raspberries, and grapes. And you can see the grapes here. I believe those are gonna be the grapes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what the grapes are gonna be. Because our neighbors over there, they had a grapevine over there, and I don't know if it's still there, but a lot of that fence has been taken over by a Virginia creeper vine. So, but they had a grapevine at one point. I think they still have it. But yeah, anyway, you can see like there's some little tiny grapes there. And over here we have strawberries. Like, they're already starting to turn red, which is good. I have to actually take those inside before the bugs get them. That one looks actually interesting, shaped strawberry. There's another one there, but the rest, we got tons of green ones over here, and flowers and all that. Some of them even into the grass, which I'm gonna try to plant like right here. Hopefully it won't do that. And I think the strawberry plant started like right there, but that might be a weed. I can't tell for sure. It might even be a hollyhock. But anyway, see tons of strawberries here. And then there's the trees over there, and then I'll go ahead and show you the other trees in our backyard. And oh yeah, and we have a garden back here too that I was gonna show you. So here's the Royal Red Norway Maple. It's gotten big leaves and it's gotten new growth. Like right there, you can see some new growth there. So that's good. And there's some right there. So that's really good. Yep. Last year it didn't get big new growth, but the year before it did. So that's cool. And then over here is our other garden. So we have zucchinis here. These are all zucchini. And just so you know, all these plants we planted was Mother's Day. This is about like mid-May, and it's towards the end of May now. Except for this one. This one was a cucumber and it died, so we planted a new one that we got a couple days ago. And this is a squash. It's yellow crookneck squash. And then this, we had a cantaloupe here, but it died. Cantaloupes don't really do well around here, and same with watermelon, but we thought we'd try. But this one's a pumpkin. It's gonna get really big, so that's good that we have all this space, because it's gonna get really big. That one's a pumpkin there for you, and so that'll be good because they literally will take up this whole area if they could. So you see everything's green, which is really good. Everything's green. So like here's this all Virginia creeper, and this is just it's like a weed, but it's a pretty vine in my opinion for a fence. Now these aren't grapes, these are flowers, and they get little berries on them. Here's the autumn blaze maple here. It's got some new growth starting right there and right there where that bug is. This is all last year's new growth, so from here to here is where it went up to, and now it's going to go from here to hopefully here. That'd be cool. So yeah, there's just a wasp there. I wonder if there's a nest. Wouldn't be surprised if there is, but yeah, you can see the tree's gotten pretty big, because when we got it, when we planted it, it was about up to there. So now it's up to there, which is good, as you can see. And then here's the cherry trees, which have plenty of cherries. As you can see, they're gonna start turning red soon. And you can see it's doing good. And then here's some new growth from here to here, which is good. And some new growth there and there, and there to there. And all that is new growth, which is good. Same with that. You can see the cherries on it. And yeah. And then over here we got this cherry tree. This one's always been bigger for some reason. And so I remember last year I probably got about like 12 bowls of cherries from both of these trees here. So I'm sure this year we'll have more, which will be good. And you can see the new growth on here is definitely big. It was up to there last year, now it's going out and branching out, so that's good, because you can see there's some new growth there and all the cherries there. So that's good. Definitely really good. And then over here where the rocks are, we have some sunflowers popping up like there, and all these are sunflowers. Now, you may be wondering why. Well, we had, like back in 2020, we had from there to about right here, all the way to that shed, or the patio, is all this was a pool. And the yard kind of curves down that way, so at this point the pool was about ground level here. But by where that autumn blaze tree was, it was above ground, because it's like a slope here, so it was about this high, kind of went up to about here. And this was all a pool, and so Basically we took the pool out, and then this was all a hill over here, and then this was ground level here, and there's just a big ditch right there. So at that same time we had the pool, we had a big garden about this high, up halfway up the fence from here all the way to that shed. We had a big garden, and that's where we had our garden in 2020, if you remember, and we had a whole different sprinkler system back then too. But we took it out and put a new one in 2021. But we took all the dirt back there and put it here, and so it matches up with the yard. And so that's, and the seeds from, we had sunflowers in 2020 against that fence in the garden over there, so I'm assuming when we moved the dirt, the seeds came with it and came over here. And it's not gonna sprout in the lawn because the lawn, its roots are too thick, so it just sprouted over here where the rocks are, because some of the dirt we moved over here too. Some of these are weeds, but a lot of them are sunflowers. So I don't know why they keep coming back every year, but they do, and there's always a one or two that blooms, so it's always nice. There's always some that pop up over there too, which there are some right now, like right there, so that's interesting. But yeah, that is the garden tour of my mom's house for 2025. I've been meaning to do this for a while, just been so caught up in stuff. I'm going through a lot, so the whole family is going through a lot, and we've been moving stuff, so I just wanted to give you a garden tour and all that, and I hope you enjoyed.